Hey, can you hear me? I can't quite tell. This is my new computer, and it just said the audio's been removed. So I'm not sure what happened there. But see if you can. Well, first of all, I have to have someone come on. This is my Toronto t-shirt. Anyway, I have to see if someone comes on. And if they come on, I know I've been really, really bad. But when I tell you what happened, you're going to understand. Hey, there's someone. Hi, love it. How are you? Hello. This has been a crazy week for me. Hi, Verity. Good to see you. I'm sorry I've been remiss on making videos, but my entire Amazon account got frozen, and I've spent days and days and days trying to undo it. It's just been unbelievable. It's awful. It's really spooky. Hi, Jackie. No sleeping tonight. Now, this is my regular time. I'm good. So fun seeing you, Gale, Saturday. Yeah, that was really fun. We loved it. Never in Aaron. All right. And Lolo, hi. Good morning. Hi, Sophie. Hello. Hello, everyone. So this is my new laptop. And can you hear me? Say yes if you can. I guess you can. Hi, Angel. Oh, hello from Chicagoland. All right. Ooh, you guys are cold. Ooh. Every time I see the Chicago weather, I go, thank God I moved to California. Hi, Larry. I love Chicago, though. I do. I love the seasons, and I love Chicago, but I love the weather out here. I really do. I'm much better with warmer weather. Now, I take it you guys can hear me, even though it said it removed the sound. I don't know what that was. Oh, look at how it moves around. I love that. Okay, now this is... Oh, wait, Bunker taught me how to do this. Wait. Darn it, I forgot what it was already. How do you make the letters bigger? It's shift. I think it's shift. I can't remember it. Darn it. I knew I wouldn't remember it. Anyway, it's definitely a clearer picture. Yeah, that's for sure. But you can hear me also? That's good? No, you can't hear me. I hear you loud and clear. Okay, good, Larry. Good. Okay, haha says no, they can't. So I love the look of you being well lit with the dark background. I do too. It's kind of different, isn't it? It really is. It's a different thing for me, but it's fun. See, this is my Toronto. This was a conference that they had up in Toronto. A professor flew a bunch of us up there. Oh, good. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Levitt. Okay, good. So sound is on. All right, good. So a professor flew us up there for a conference this was a number of years ago, but it was really cool. It was really, really fun to meet and see everyone again. It was like, oh, it was just a great conference. Hi, Dawn. Now, is this Aaron Smith-Levin, or is this a different Aaron? I never know. These guys all have never in Aaron. Okay. All right. So that's not Aaron Smith-Levin. All right. Well, hi, Aaron. And everyone make sure to hit the like button when you come in, please. I'm trying to remind people of that just so that gets done. I'm getting better at doing that when I go places. It's a different Aaron. Yeah, I got that because he's never in. That definitely changes things. So I wanted to thank you guys. You have just been a wonderful group of people, and I wanted to let you know that's why I haven't been making videos. I have spent hours and hours since last Wednesday, every single day, hours and hours and hours and hours, and then we get locked out. And then it's like, okay, you have to wait 12 hours and then you can call back. And it's like, ugh. And I keep saying, look, I've worked in telemarketing rooms. There has to be someone that's trained in tech and they can fix this. And they're like, no, I'm the only person. And you know that isn't true. I know that isn't true. I've worked in telemarketing rooms. But boy, these guys were stubborn. And I finally finally got through to a supervisor, and that supervisor got me through to someone who said, you 100% are correct. You need to be in, because I said, this is retail. These guys don't know what to do. They don't know how to unsnarl this. And I said, I need somebody in IT or accounting. So anyway, finally today, I got a guy who knew what we were doing. We still didn't totally fix it, but it's close. It's really close. And he said he thinks tomorrow it will be. So it's so hard to get good service. I know, it's really funny. And something came today from Amazon. I kept telling him that. I said, look, I've been ordering stuff all week long, for Christmas for my family and a couple of people here. And this was sent Neutrogena. There you go. That's good. And I don't know, I don't think they're on here, but it says, Merry Christmas, Tori, ho, 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 from your Ohio pals, Jody and Rand. So thank you so much. If you see this, Jody and Rand, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you to send that to me. I really appreciate it. So thank you. All right, now let me see. Robert James, hi. I haven't seen you in a long time. I do, yes, I do. I know. No, I've been on here. It's just live. You have to click live because I've been on a bunch. If you click the live, I've been on pretty much every few days, except this week where I've been trying to handle this nightmare with Amazon. It's like, oh, of course, it's at Christmas time when you want to order a bunch of stuff. Oh. But anyway, how are you guys all doing? Hopefully you're well. Things are jumping here in LA. You're my favorite spy. And I don't know if you missed this or not, Robert James. Did you see last December, they actually told a brand new public that I was a top secret undercover CIA agent. I had told them, I said, be careful. They lie and they hate me. And he came out and he looked kind of white as a sheet. And he said, wow, they really hate you. So I called him the next day. I said, what the hell happened? Oh, Control plus or Shift F1 to increase the size text. Okay, so Control plus. I think that was it, Control plus. See, I'm like but see, the plus sign is a capital. All right, that's not going to work. Shift F1. Let's do that. Shift F1. Okay, it didn't work. It worked with Bunker yesterday. I don't know, that didn't work. Anyway, don't worry about it. I wrote it down somewhere. I'm bad at that. I write things down and then I can't remember where I wrote it down. I knew it all along. You knew it. That's right. You were always saying I was your favorite spy. Well, see, there you go. Top secret. Not just a spy. See, undercover, top secret CIA agent. Thank you very much. I'm really proud of that. I mean, it's way above SP. It's like, how many people do you know that they say are top secret undercover CIA agents? Unreal. And the guy was going to give him $5,000 until they said that. And that's when he said, no, I'm not. I'm done. That was it. Like, whoosh, done. So anyway, that's it. And that's been my adventure for the week. I haven't really been able to I have had a bunch of things planned. And damn. But what are you saying damn about, Robert? Damn that they didn't get the 5,000? No. That's good that they didn't get the 5,000. And it's a good thing I told them they're liars and they hate me because they proved it. He told me, I called him the next day and I said, you didn't give him the money, did you? And he goes, no. And I said, what happened? Just out of curiosity. And that's when he told me, well, they told me you're top secret undercover CIA agent. I just burst out laughing. We both just started laughing and laughing and laughing. And he said, no, I'm heading off to Japan. I'm done. I'm not doing it. So, there was somebody, if they would have just signed him up for the comm course, he probably would have been in. 5K is cool. Is this 5K? That's because my other thing was 5K, but it didn't move around like this. I mean, see how the camera kind of moves around with me? It's really actually top secret even. Bunker said anybody can set it up. He said it's on all the computers. It's just people don't know to do it. But it's kind of a motion something that it has, and it follows you around. It's kind of cool. $5,000. That's what the guy was going to give him. They were trying to rope him into getting auditing because he was newly divorced, but he was happily newly divorced. And so they were like, no, you need to get auditing for this. So instead of just selling him the communication course, they tried to sell him auditing. And if he hadn't run into me, he said, I would have given him the $5,000. The video's on my YouTube site from last Christmas. If you poke around Christmas time, you'll see it. And he came out and I said, he goes, are you making a video? And I said, not of you. It's just, I'm just making, this is the first time we'd ever seen a real person doing a personality test and coming out and talking to us. It was the first time. So I wanted to get it on video. So I made this video and I said, but not on you. And he goes, no, I want to be on video. I want to show him my personality test. And he pulls up his personality test. And of course it's up, down, up, down, up, down. And he goes, yeah, they said I'm really insane. And I said, and Peter and I just burst out laughing. We said, that's what they tell everyone. That's how they get you in. It is. Chat reminder, please put questions before questions and provide some context for when Tori reads it. Okay, that helps. Verity, that's hot? That's hot. Okay. Verity. It was bloody here in Sydney today. 41 Celsius, 105 Fahrenheit. Ooh, very intense. Verity. It's so amazing because your area, when it's on and it's up, it's so great. And when it's, I don't know, the winters seem like they're much harder than the summers. Am I right or not? It seems like it for Australia. Because I remember talking to the Australians in Sydney, and they were always like, I don't know, the summer they seemed like they were having a good time. The winter was a little trickier. Finally, wow, enough so I can stay away from them. Okay, finally, wow, enough so I can stay away from them. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? $5,000, okay. Oh, because of gambling, I will never see my wife and kids again. Really? Finally, wow, enough so I can stay away from them. Aw, that's kind of sad. How old are your kids? Or are you just teasing? Winter in Melbourne is cold. Yeah, I remember that because we had a friend, I forget his name. Anyway, he was really a great guy. And he had turtles in his backyard. And he'd make this little, in the summertime, because it was so hot, he'd make this little turtle hotel. And we'd always check in. How are the turtles? How are they doing? I can't believe I ever forgot his name, but I know him. I mean, I really dearly love him, but it just went out of my head. Okay, so 1-1, just a joke. Okay, I knew it was a joke. Rat. Well, anyway, that's okay. Verity, winter is the best for me. Summer is too hot. Okay, really, autumn and spring are the best seasons here in Sydney. That's how I was in Chicago. I loved autumn and spring. And winter and summer were the same for us in Chicago. It's freezing cold in the winter. I mean, it's fun because back when I grew up, you could have fireplaces. Here in LA, you can't. You can't burn wood. So because they have so many fires. I have turtles in my yard. Oh, you're teasing me again. I used to have turtles. I love turtles. I dearly, dearly love turtles. In fact, I think I have a turtle somewhere real near here. I do. Where? Here it is. Here's my turtle. See? Mr. Turtle. But I've always loved turtles. That's what I had turtles out on my front porch when I first escaped out, and they broke off the legs one at a time. No, I have very big turtles. Oh, okay. Yeah, we have a guy here in Burbank that walks a very big turtle. He's on a leash and everything, and he walks them around the neighborhood. It's kind of cool. Oh, you have them in your pond. Ooh, that sounds cool. Where do you live, Robert? I don't remember. I'm bad with remembering where everybody lives. There's too many people. Winter in Melbourne is cold. Yep. No, I have very big turtles. Okay. Well, this guy isn't too big, but he represents all my turtles. That was my first big upset with my dad. I had a turtle that we were on a vacation, and we had the windows down in the back, and I was holding my turtle out in the window to show it, and it flew off, and I went, "Dad, you got to stop and get my turtle." And he was like, "Nah, we're on our way. We got to keep going." And I was upset. It was big. It's funny how things that hit you, they're just like, you think, how could I be that upset over that? But I was. Okay, so I see one of them that is 3 feet from nose to tail. Okay, I live in North Carolina. Ooh, all right. Wow, that's a cool walking a big turtle or tortoise. Yeah, I know. It's really cool to see him when he comes around. It's like, oh man, here comes the guy in the turtle. And he's a really old guy too. So he's obviously had him for a long time. This is Charles Patrick. Question. Do you have, oh wait, I can put it up here. Wait just a second. Question. Do you have any opinion on the new Burbank mayor, Nikki Perez? I do not. And I kind of try to stay off of politics here because it just gets too snarly. But no, I don't. I don't really know that much about her. So I'll have to study up and find out. But thank you for bringing it up and asking me. What do you think about her? See, look at how the lighting changes. It's so weird. If I go like this, it gets lighter in the back. If I go like this, it's lighter on my face. I saw that turtle jump 2 feet in the air trying to bite people. Ouch! All right. Well, what do you guys have for questions? Never an Aaron. There were some days that it was so warm, some streamers' phones overheated. Others probably stayed home on those days in particular. Yeah, I think we had the same. This last summer, it was really hot. I love the new computer, Tori. Thank you, Sophie. I do too. I really do. I'm still really learning it. So even with the Amazon guy, did I meet Xenu? No. But I studied Xenu on OT3 and I did it. But I've made videos about that. Question, Tori, how did you celebrate Christmas when in Scientology? Just like I did all the time. I mean, we were public, so we didn't celebrate it like the Sea Org did, and I don't know if they did or didn't. I think over the years it evolved. It used to be they probably did very little, but then they realized they had to do stuff for the Sea Org too. But for us, we just, we'd always get a tree every year. It wasn't religious. This was one thing we did that was Scientology. One year, they talked us into doing, going around our neighborhood and singing Christmas carols and giving out Way to Happiness booklets. It was really hokey. We did it one year and we went, that's it. We're not doing it anymore. But other than that, we always had, while I was in Scientology, we always had a tree. I always had one when I was a little kid too. I love Christmas and decorations and lights and all kinds of stuff. And we never really did anything religious. We would just have, a party and, have friends over and stuff like that. In the morning we'd have our stockings and it evolved over the years. My son, when he was little, we were waiting for Santa and, he'd get up and there'd be something and we'd always leave out food for the reindeers and stuff. And then as he got older, it just was different, but it was still, we'd always had a delicious dinner. My husband was a really good cook. So that helped, my ex-husband. Okay, so now let me see what this is. Robert, did you meet him? Question, Tori, how did you celebrate Christmas? Okay. And Robert, did you meet him? Oh, Xenu? Merry Christmas from Kentucky. I have been collecting turtles that can't bite for years, over 400 now, but I do have to dust them. That is a good point. You do have to dust them. Little bitty ones. I mostly have little ones. I only have a few. I don't have like a big collection. 400 is a lot. That's a lot of turtles. I had a friend who, like we always put up Christmas decorations and stuff, but I had a friend who had thousands of, it was a whole village. He had this huge village and he would turn his whole house into this village. And he was a Scientologist, but he would turn his whole house into this Christmas village with lights and everything. It was incredible. And then he died. So I often thought, what happened to his village? I don't know. What's the favorite thing to eat for Christmas dinner? Well, you guys can answer that too. For me, I think we had turkey at Thanksgiving. And I think we had ham for Christmas, but I don't remember. My mom, I think, had turkey when we were little. I think we had turkey both on Thanksgiving and Christmas, I think. It's hard to remember. I remember for Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving dinner was good. We always liked it. We loved the dessert. My mom was a queen of desserts. But our favorite thing was the next day we had what we called turkey dressing sandwiches, which was turkey and I don't know, it was turkey and mustard and mayonnaise and stuff like that. We loved the cold sandwiches. Hey, Adrian. Hi, good to see you too. I'm vegetarian, so we have nut roast and lots of salads and vegetables. Ooh, I've grown into salads and vegetables, not so much vegetables, but salads as I got older. So I've gotten better at it. And Weight Watchers has helped me a bunch. Okay, so Windy City Thetan Watch. Hi. Hello from South Africa. Wow, so much easier to catch lives from here. Wow, what are you doing in South Africa? That sounds cool. I'm jealous. Do you live in South Africa? Now I'm really curious. Okay, Charles Patrick. William got a wave from a woman in the testing center as they were hurrying to the back after seeing him through the window. Very funny. That is funny. Okay, yeah. Hi, Windy City Thetan Watch. So do you live in South Africa? And Robert James, we would have turkey and potato on Christmas. Yeah, I think we had turkey too. We probably did too. Windy City Thetan Watch. Oh, the family is here, and we visit when we can. Ah, that's nice. I would love. That's one of my goals in my entire life. Can you believe that? Was to live in Africa. And my boyfriend from high school went to Kenya and was there for his whole life. All the time I was in the cult, the 30 years, he was in Kenya. And I woke up, got out, had a computer, and I didn't know where I was. I was on some international site, and I typed, "Does anybody know Bruce Lundine's address?" And I sent it, thinking I had no idea what I was doing at all. And the next day, I get an email from a guy saying, "Bruce Lundine's address is this in Kenya, Africa." And I'm like, wait. I sent him a thing back. You can't just send me his address. How did you find me? How do you know Bruce? What happened? And he said, well, he is in charge of the Peace Corps in all of Kenya. He's the head guy. So I know him because I work in the Peace Corps. And so I know him and I know his address. So I sent it to you. I saw it on the internet and I'm here in America. I saw it on the internet and I sent it to you. Anyway, it was for years and years and years I wanted to go there. And I wish, of course I wish I had, but I didn't. Okay, now let's see. We went to Nami Castle, Asho, and CLO Africa last week. Wow, really? They have all that there? I had no idea. Now let me see. Maybe I don't know quite how to pronounce this. Here. Ooh. Kalami Castle, Asho, and CLO. Wow. That's kind of amazing. I didn't know they had all that there. Hey, Wendy, got back from RSA on Friday. New name. Well, new name, you got to make up a nickname. Let's think of a new name for nickname. Nickname for new name. Love it. Tori Magoo 44. Have you ever heard of Tippy Degree? She grew up in Africa and was super close with wild animals as a little one. I haven't. No, we saw that one movie though that was about South Africa, and that was it or about Africa, and we were just hooked. We both were like we used to make tables and stuff. We were like real interesting people, like we were living in Lake Forest, which is this big wealthy snotty town. For me, that's the way I felt it was, and he did too. But we would we'd get stumps of trees, and then we would shave them down and shave them down and shave them down and shave them down, and then we'd put lacquer on them and stuff. They just were beautiful tables. Oh, it was really cool. Okay, now let me see. And he wanted me to come to Africa, and I should have gone. I should have. Country ham and sweet potato casserole for Christmas. Ooh, that sounds good, Janet Smith. I think we might have had ham because we had Thanksgiving. We had turkey on Thanksgiving. I don't think we'd have it twice. It's too close together. I think we did have ham. I think. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Isn't that funny? Pronounced K-I Alami. K-I Alami. Thank you. Thank you, new name. I hope you get a nickname so you're not just new name, because there might be more than one new name. Alex K. The black sweater makes Tori look like a floating head. Oh, I'm sorry. That's awful. That's kind of awkward. I'm a floating head. It isn't a black sweater, it's blue. Let's see if I turn on another light and you can see it's blue. See, it's got the Toronto. Can you see it's blue? Sort of. Not really. You can't really. It does look black. I do look like a floating head. That's too funny. All right, well, that's the way it is. I like this new computer. I really do. Like the old mimes shows. Oh, God. Christmas time. What are some of your favorite memories of Christmas? Okay, Heather Mack asked, question, Tori, would you travel overseas if you have unlimited means? Sure. So far, I had never left America until I met Andreas. And he said, come to Norway. So I saved up for a year. He helped me get my passport. And I went to Norway and had a wonderful time. I mean, wonderful. It was incredible. And then Anonymous flew Bunker and I over to London to picket with them. So that was really fun too. And then I went to Ireland. Those guys flew us over to Ireland, or me and a bunch of other people that were ex-Scientologists for a kind of a convention. And Anonymous came there too. So that was cool. And then the guy in Toronto, that was the other place, Toronto, Canada. So that's it. That's okay. That smile is still Tori. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We should add some lights to your wish list, Tori. I have lights. This is a light that, see, look, I'll turn it off. Wait, see? That's without the light. This is a light someone gave me. They sent me this. That's a light. And see, look, you can change. Watch this. No, watch. See, it can be blue. See, there's that. I don't like that. And this is more gold. I think. Yeah, you can do really dark. It's kind of a really cool light. It's a really cool light, and you just plug it in and charge it up. But and here I bought this one too. I forgot to turn this on the last time. I have it, but I'm such a knucklehead. I don't know how to use all these things. It's plugged in. It should work. Well, anyway, it's another light that I have. But you're right. I could get some kind of I need a light with a stand, behind me, I think. I don't know. I kind of like it like this, but you guys decide. Just Google it, Magoo, how to increase the size of the letters. Okay, thank you. That's a good idea. If I went to Africa, I would probably come back with Kuru. All right. Heather, who wouldn't? Okay, Heather? Question, Tori. Would you? Oh, yeah, who wouldn't? Yeah, exactly. If you had unlimited funds, exactly. Okay, just Google. Okay, so that's a good idea. How to increase the size of the letters. Okay, thank you. Bunker taught me it. I wrote it down. I've got it here somewhere, but that's another thing. Where did Tori write it down? I'm like the notebook queen. I have like 80 million notebooks. I like it just like this, but it's all about what you want. No, I like it too. I do. I don't really like the back. It's in my bedroom. It's just this kind of a dorky. I really like Natalie's. That's what I like, is how she has her setup. I like that a lot. And so I've been kind of looking at those, like something to put behind it so it doesn't show my bedroom. I can make it into, ooh, look, it really moved. Oh, it's because my hands are moving. Okay. But I like it like this too. I do. For now, we're good. We're good. Let's just keep it like this for a while. And then at some point you'll go, it's too boring. And then we can change it. Let's see. Thank you though, Sophie. You guys are great. Anyway, I hope you're having a happy holiday. It's kind of a weird one here because of the politics and most of my friends. Get a Spanish wall thing? I can't read that last word, Alex. What is that? Can anybody read this word? Wait. Oh, a Spanish wall thing? Why? No, we need videos in Spanish. That's what we need. I don't need something in Spanish because then they'll think I can speak Spanish and I can't. Okay. But we do need videos. If you speak Spanish, think about making videos. You go into settings and look at the fonts. In fonts, you can change them. That's what I thought. But the other one I knew how to do. This one I've so far not, it hasn't been as easy. It's very, it's very complicated. It has a lot of stuff in it. But it's, like for Bunker, he's like the king of computers. So he knows how to use it all. I'm like, the wall thing. Okay, thank you, Alex. That folding wall. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's right. That's what I want, but not a Spanish one. I see what you mean, like Spanish design. Anyway, I just want a wall, kind of a blocker thing with some shelves on it, and then I can put little things on it behind me. Maybe. But right now, I like it the way it is. I agree with Sophie. It looks cool. Let's just leave it the way it is for now. But that's my plan at some point. That folding wall. Exactly. Yeah, that's it. Like a room divider. That's it. That's exactly what it is. But I want something that is good, and I'm not good at this kind of thing. I'm really not. It's not my specialty. So I need someone who knows how to do that kind of thing to come help me. And everybody's busy. I thought the folding walls are called Spanish walls. Oh, okay. Thank you, Alex. Okay, I didn't know that. I never heard them called Spanish walls, but they may be. I think what it is they have some that are in Spanish designs, and those are Spanish folding walls. But they have other ones that are just like all white, or they're brown, or, they're different things. But thank you for bringing it up. That's what I'm kind of thinking of for the future. So it kind of blocks out all of this stuff that nobody needs to see. I love this computer, though. It's really, I can't thank you guys enough. A bunch of people chipped in that helped me get this computer. I didn't buy it myself. My friends on YouTube helped me get it. And I'm really happy I have it. It really makes a difference. I love the Japanese screens. That might be nice. You can pull it down and put it away easily. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's what I want, is where, because this is my bedroom, but I've been here for 24 years. Can you believe it? Oh, God, too funny. Too funny. Well, anyway. Wow, we've got 55 people in here. 420 audits, Ireland. All right, 56. Yes. You guys, please, I need more people to come here. And you've got to tell me what you want to hear about, so that I know what to, because I've made a ton of videos, 44 likes. Oh, good. Okay, well, that's good. 58 people, 44 likes. That's good. It's just not enough. I look at Jessica, and she's got like 20,000 people following her, and she's walking around, basically. 420 Ireland, yeah. Ooh. I was just talking to John McGee, who's from Ireland, Dublin. Yep. He's my buddy over there. Europe is taking a breakfast break. What does that mean, Alex? A breakfast break. Europe is taking a breakfast break. I love learning this stuff. So what is a breakfast break? Does anyone know? We're just happy to hear any of your stories. I know, but then someone else wrote me and said, oh, you always do the same thing. We don't want to hear the same thing. And I was like, okay, we're just happy to hear it. Thank you, Verity. Well, that's the thing. It's tricky because there's new people all the time, and they don't know the stories. But then other people have already heard them. And so it's kind of a tricky thing for me. Tori, it's the morning in Europe. I think that's what Alex means. Oh, okay. That's the breakfast break. Okay. So it's like a break. Is he already at work? Does that what it means? Then he takes a break for breakfast, or it just means he woke up and he's going to breakfast? I don't know, Charles Patrick. Not Norway, but East Europe is about to launch a separate digital monitoring initiative called the Entry Exit System, EES, which uses face and fingerprint scans instead of passports. Thank God. I am so done with passports, passwords. I mean, if they told me we could put a chip in your finger and then you don't ever have to use a password again, I'd do it. I know a lot of people would be like, I wouldn't do it. I would do it. I can't stand these stupid passwords. I'm always having to look them up. Remember, don't forget my Scientology passport. Do you guys remember that? Were you guys here for that? Any of you? It was really weird. Now look at this. This is me, Tori Lee Bazazian. This was when I lived in Largo. Oh my God, I just can't believe it. It's so weird. It's like a real passport. Your bridge to total freedom. And then I have underneath it, escaped out July 19th, 2000. Let's see if you can see it. No, you can't see it. Let's see. There you go. See? Escaped out July 19th, 2000. Coffee time with Tori. That's right. I know it is. Now look at all this shit. This is what they expect you to do. Look at all this stuff. You see, all those things that I have initialed are things that I did. And then these are more things, just like page after page after page. I mean, the thing goes on forever. Books and tapes. And I bet not many people have these. Here's all this stuff. My academy levels. Too funny. Oh my God. Oh my God. Unreal. My academy levels. Here they are. Wow. I did a lot of shit. I really did. When you look at it. The minister's course, the PTSSP course, blah, blah, blah. Upstats on post, while on the Sea Org support to handle her in Clearwater Eve, given by the AGPR flag. Oh, no, support to handle the HE&R, that's human emotion and reaction in Clearwater, given by the Assistant Guardian PR flag in 1980. That was when I was handling Richard Tenney, who was in Clearwater. Do you guys know that story, or do you want to hear it? Does anybody want to hear it, or did you already hear it? Love your show. Talked about paint drying if you want. Talk about paint drying if you want. Thank you, 420 Audit Ireland. New Century Freedom. Yeah. I watched you escape from Scientology videos, the first ones. I was on the edge of my seat. Been following you ever since. You're the bravest person ever. Thank you, Janet. That means a lot to me. It really does. I mean, it really was amazing that, the amazing thing is that I really didn't think they did fair game and all the evil things that they do. I really, really didn't. And they kept sending me out to handle the critics, and they would tell me, this is what they do. And I'd say, oh, you guys are just reading that stuff on the internet. Question, will you and Laura FM be protesting Scientology together? Oh, will you and Laura FM? I'd like to. I mean, I haven't seen them in a while. I don't really know what happened there. And I know one thing, it's freezing cold here. So I haven't been out that much because it's just too cold. It's too cold. And they mostly go out at night. In Cyprus, Ireland, despite being countries of the European Union, passports will still be stamped manually. Aw. Did I tell you guys when I was in Good Morning Norway? Did I tell you that? Oh, this is a story. I don't think I've told this story. Or if I have, I haven't told it that much. Question: did you read Science of Survival? Of course I did. That was their reference on how I'm at 1-1, which is their worst tone level you can ever be because I have epilepsy. If you're sick or gay, you're 1-1 automatically in Science of Survival. I hate that book. I just think it's the creepiest book in the world. And I can't tell you because Scientologists buy it like it's like the Bible or something for Christians. I mean, they're just like it's truth, and it's like I'm not 1-1. Listen to me. Am I 1-1? 1-1 is covert hostility. So it's like someone going, "Oh, Sophie, you finally got a new dress. It's kind of nice, yeah." And other people going, "Yeah, I think so too." And you're like, is this a compliment? It's really weird. Okay, was Quentin Hubbard 11 or 1.1? I think you mean. No, the 1-1 thing is bullshit. That's what I'm telling you. Gay people are not 1-1. People that have illnesses are not 1-1. So whatever Hubbard had on that, I don't know because he was sick himself. So, but he wouldn't admit it to people, but he was. So what the hell was that? And now I forgot what I was going to tell you. I was going to tell you a story, but now I forgot it. Thanks for giving me the cliff notes. Sophie, what was I talking about? I was going to tell him something. And then ex-witness asked me about that. Marzi notes, hi, your heart must have been beating 100 BPMs while trying to board those planes the night you decided to get the hell out of. And not really. I'm the Norway story. Oh yeah, about Good Morning Norway. Okay, so if you remember, it's Good Morning Norway. Thank you, Tim. Okay, so but I want to just answer Marzi Dotes. I wasn't really like it wasn't like terrifying because I didn't really think that it took, like I've told people over and over, when I was in LA at LAX, I was a Scientologist. They canceled my van at my house right here. I had a van set up to take me to the airport. They canceled it. I couldn't get any van to take me to LAX. They all were booked all around here. So I finally got somebody. They took me to LAX. The plane was canceled. I thought, can Travolta cancel a plane? It was very freaky for me. And then I walk in, and I've told this, the vice president comes up. That was freaky for me. And luckily, Stacy had said, bring a phone. And we only had little emergency flip phones. And I thought, they don't do this kind of shit. I don't need to bring a phone. And she said, Tori, believe me, we used to run these programs in the church. Bring a phone. So I brought the phone. And when the vice president showed up saying, Tori, we know where you're going. You're not going. You need to read all these, she had a stack of papers. You need to read all these papers. And I got the phone out and I said, Stacy, the vice president is here from Scientology. And so with that, anyway, with that, the rest is it's all on the internet. I did a 10-part escape series. But it is kind of a hangnail kind of thing. Thank you for that. It's a good story. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the Good Morning Norway story. So Andreas is my friend. He says, come on over, fly over here. So I fly over there. Now we're buddies. And now let's see, wait a second. Oh, good. 49ers for life. Tori, I bet you probably were more angry than scared when they followed you. I don't know that I was even angry. It was just like, what the hell is this? It just I could hardly believe it. It was more like this isn't happening. It was very Twilight Zone kind of thing. Okay, so now I'm going to tell the story. And Hi Heart Healer 44. So I'm telling a story about Good Morning Norway. So Andreas, he was running Xenu.net, which if you haven't studied the site, read the site, I highly recommend it. This is his site. Andreas was never in Scientology, but because some people were getting sued in Norway, he started looking it up. And from that, he found all this stuff. And so he made it the Xenu.net. So, okay, so now Scientology is trying to get him fired from his job, and he had a really good job. So he says, well, why don't you? I said, do you want me to come over? I can try to help you. So I fly over there. And we're going to, with the intention to do Good Morning Norway. And so I go on Good Morning Norway, and I think I'm just explaining Scientology. I think it's fine. I explain my side of it. And some Norwegian lady comes on and explains what her side of it is in Norwegian, which I to this day don't have any idea what it is. And I fly. Oh yeah, before I get on the plane, I have to go through customs, and it's real high up. And I look up, and this lady is looking down at me, and she goes, "Well, you've been very busy this morning." And we did it at like 5 a.m, right? And she's like, "Well, you've been very busy this morning." And I'm thinking, how the hell does she know what I did at 5 a.m? And she goes, "Good job. I saw it. Congratulations." So that was kind of neat. So now I fly home and I get on the internet. And this is in the days when, like now, you could check on the plane on what people were saying. But here, and that it was early 2000. You had to kind of fly home, or at least I did, and then get on my desktop and check what people were saying. And this was on alt religion, Scientology, and all these people were saying, "Magoo, what happened to you? Why do you sound like that?" And I'm like, what are they talking about? I have no idea what they're talking about. So I say, can somebody post a link to this Good Morning Norway? And it was so embarrassing. And you could type it in Tori. I think it was Tori Bazazian. I think it was Tori Christman. But anyway, you can type in my name and Good Morning Norway, and you can still hear it. It's so embarrassing. It's because I have this really phony accent. But luckily on ARS, some lady came on and she said, "Look, I have the same problem. And some people who have it, they're kind of like chameleons. So wherever they go, they just kind of take on that accent." And she said, "I've had the same problem in other countries." So anyway, it was one of those things where it's very funny. All right, Tori, you should tell us about your encounter with Mary DeMoss. Okay, I will. I bet you probably will. Okay, so I saw an old video where Mary was shouting at you while you were protesting in Clearwater. Yeah. Okay, so 49ers for life. Mary DeMoss was the head of the OT committee in Clearwater. I was head of Scientology's OT committee here in LA before I escaped out. So now I escape out, and there's Mary, and she's yelling about my son. And I was really pissed off. And so I wrote up to Miscavige and I said, "Look, get this lady to stop talking about my son." This was before, like now we're in touch and I can talk to him about all kinds of stuff. But this was when I just left. And, she's pushing all this stuff about my son. And I said, "Look, just stop talking about my son. He doesn't have anything to do with this." And so she just kept being really mean. So I finally said, I wrote it up to Miscavige. I said, "You can do whatever you want, but if this BITCH keeps asking me about my personal life that has nothing to do with Scientology, I'm going to go to the media. That's what's going to happen. So you've got your choice. You either get her to shut up or I'm going to the media. And I got a lot to say. And he knew I had a lot to say. And she never said another thing about me. You don't see any other videos about her after me. I saw no video. All right, so question: is Streets and Jessica Palmadessa at Winter Wonderland tonight? I don't think so. I think Jessica is. I'm not sure. Look on just type in Jessica Palmadessa on the YouTube, and you'll see, or will, either one. I don't think so. I don't think they are tonight. And I know she's going home. Oh, okay. There's the Xenu.net. Yeah, but that's not the Good Morning Norway, Sophie. But thank you for putting it up there. Question: were you friends with Karen De La Care's son? No, I never knew him. I never did, but I did go to the memorial that we had on the ship. They wouldn't let her see her son's body after she found out he was dead. It was awful. I mean, it was one of the worst things I've ever heard them do. And they would not let her. She was married to the president of Scientology, and they wouldn't let her even see the body. So she rented a boat, and a bunch of us went on it, and we brought flowers and petals, and we threw out the petals, sending wishes for her son, and people talked, and it was just a very lovely time. Oh my God. Did they overdub your voice? No. It was just, I don't even know how I did it. It's just like when you heard me, if you heard the thing where I was talking to Mark Bunker the first time, July 4th, and I kind of had an English accent. Not really. I'm awful at it, so I hate to even pretend. But anyway, that's how it was. I didn't know it. I didn't realize that I was doing it. No, they didn't overdub my voice. It was me talking. Mary is so hardcore. I've seen all those videos Mark Bunker posted. Yeah, she is. And the ironic thing is he still really loves her. Mary was the definition of an insane Scientologist. I think so too, but he really likes it. I spent the weekend in Georgia once and left with a thick Southern drawl and saying y'all to everything. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. That's exactly it. That's what happened. It's called code switching. Okay, I didn't know. All right, thank you. Mac Mirdaco. That's a tricky name to say. Code switching. Okay, good to know. Okay, now ex-witness comment. No one was held responsible for Karen's son's death. I mean, no one was held responsible for a lot of shit. That's Scientology. That's how they work. I mean, you're right. That's not right. They should have, but you're right. No one was. Ex-witness Vernon, thank you for that. Now, wait a minute. No, I don't want to end this stream. Okay, question. Was it common for a person in Scientology to have an undiagnosed learning disability? I don't think so. Never in Aaron. I don't think so. No, but I don't know. There could have been, but I don't necessarily know of a lot of people that did. Okay, Sophie. Oh, I get it, Tori. I do the same thing where I always copy the accent of the people I'm talking to and around. Now I don't so much because I really work on it because it's just so awful. I mean, if you hear that Norwegian one, you go, oh my God, it was awful. Folding Japanese screen. Thank you, T. I'm just going to call you T. Never an Aaron. Sorry to word it that way, math got difficult for me once big words were involved. What did you word for me? Question, was it common for a person in Scientology to have an undiagnosed, wait a minute, where'd it go? Undiagnosed learning disability. Okay, sorry to word it that way. You don't have to be sorry for that. Math got difficult for me once big words were involved. What does an undiagnosed learning disability have to do with math? I don't know. Okay. Tori M, I'll say, is German for her name is Sophia. Oh, that's easier to pronounce. Much easier. Thank you, Sophie. Okay, Sophia, my brother has the same issue. He can still speak a dialect he learned at 18 from a place he was at a year seamlessly and took on accents during the holiday trips. Wow. Now that's something. I can't do that. Not really. Question, if someone goes to an org and admits that they take psychiatric drugs, will they be asked to leave the org? Yeah, they can't do services. That's why I had to fight him for 30 years, because even though epilepsy is a medicine, per L. Ron Hubbard's doctor, Dr. Denk, it is a medicine. It is not a psychiatric drug. But Scientologists, because they're so crazy, kept saying it was a psychiatric drug. So I had to fight them every step of the way. Oh, it was awful. Really, it was. I think it's one of the things that got me out more than anything. It saved my life. It did. And my mom. Okay. Question from 49ers for Life. When someone acted out of pocket in Scientology, did Scientologists believe it was because of their past life experiences? Now, when you say out of pocket, do you mean like they acted out like they weren't like in good shape or something like that? Sometimes, but they wouldn't automatically go, oh, that's from a last lifetime. No, but if someone had, let's say there's this person, but then they have this kind of identity that they go into sometimes, people would go, that's last lifetime. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Okay, Never and Aaron, they must be aware because they claim they can cure dyslexia. Yeah, because that kept coming up. So you have to understand they've evolved because it came up with, I think Travolta and especially Tom Cruise has dyslexia and made it public. So then they had to start kind of working with that. Do you see what I mean? But in the original days, no dice. And they still won't let you take psychiatric medicine or go see a therapist, which is why I know 17 kids who've killed themselves. Okay, Charles Patrick founded at Scientology ... Tori Crispin in Norway. Ooh, wow. All right. I'll have to check it out. Too funny. Tori's heard my Kiwi accent. Yeah, I love your accent. Okay, Gregory says, can confirm Wendy from Chicago got to see the CLO Africa. It's not on any map or address published. I took him past the secret location. I've heard of that location. A lady wrote me about that secret location, and she said they're building this huge complex in Africa, and don't tell anybody my name. And I said, okay, I never have, but she told me about it. She said, yeah, it's huge. We always thought it was where Miscavige is planning on escaping to. Maybe, just a maybe. Okay, question. Are there Scientologists living in Big Blue with epilepsy? I don't think so. They already killed someone with epilepsy where they made him get off their medicine and the guy's dead. So when I went to Flag to do OT 4 through 8, I'm doing my routing form where you have to go see everybody, and I get to the MAA, which is the ethics officer, and the guy goes, "You're not allowed on the Flag land base." And I said, "Pardon me?" And I just went like this, "Are you talking to me?" I just kept doing the taxi cab driver thing. "Are you talking to me?" Anyway, he finally went into doubt, and I said, "You need to go get the DFP." And she came, and anyway, it's a long story. I've made videos about it, but it was a long fight. It really was. They wouldn't let me on the ship when I went to the ship to see my husband. "Stand aside. We have to get the MLO to see if you can come on." It's like I wanted to go, "Yeah, screw you." But I knew I'd end up with a bunch of sec checks, so I just stood aside and waited. Okay, so Scientology claims to be able to handle all of your problems, and Tom Cruise says it helps his dyslexia. I think with the dyslexia, it probably did, in that they one thing that I love too, because I probably have that also, but I always have had trouble studying. And with Scientology, it's a check sheet. So it goes from, let's say, 1 to 100. And you can go as fast as you want or as slow as you want, which for someone with dyslexia, that's where it got hard. Because when you had to keep up with everybody else, if you go by things you don't understand, it's very complicated. Whereas Scientology was like, find the word that you don't understand and look it up. I was like, okay, that's good. That's simple. But in the real world, like we sent my son to Campbell Hall, which is a top school here in LA. And they said, "Now your son's slowing down the class." And we said, "But he doesn't understand certain words. He's looking them up." And they said, "No, we don't do that here. You just have to move along. You have to just read at a rate everybody else is reading at." So we took him out and put him in a Scientology school, unfortunately, because that was a really cool school. Oh, wait, let me see. I got to get back up here. Oh, I don't know how to do this. How do I get up here? Shit. Okay. Link to Mike Brown and his mother. Okay, talking about, yeah, that's a really good one. Okay, now let me see. I think there's some things. I don't want to end the stream. See, this is where it's tricky for me. It's really hard for me to go up and down. Like I'm trying to go up. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got to go up farther. Are there Scientologists living in the Big Blue with epilepsy? That's the last thing I saw. Okay. 49ers for life. They acted rude, committed a crime. True. Merzidotes. Natalie's daughter had ADHD and never got diagnosed until she left. That's true for a lot of people. I mean, where they had different things. Now, how do I get out of this with you, Sophie, here? No, I don't want to end it. I don't. Are the scientists living in blue and epilepsy? Okay, no. All right, so let's go down because I don't know how to go up. It's really hard for me to go up. Okay, so Scientology claims to be able to handle all of your problems. Okay, so we did the Tom Cruise thing. Gregory Nitsky. Okay, Nitsky. Africa is I got a collection with 400 addresses. Wow. Q1 Indianapolis, old stocks and stocks building on Google Earth. Okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Gregory. Question, are people born with epilepsy? I wasn't. I got it at 18. I think most people get it when it's like you fall and hit your head or something like that, which we could never figure out how I got it, but I got it. Question, do you think Scientology makes any good points about psychiatry? No, they hate psychiatry. Go to their industry of death. I went through it with my friend Drew. He said, "Yeah, let's go." And I said, "They're not going to let me in." And he goes, "They will. They're just old ladies that are out there. They're not Scientologists." And so we went through it. It was awful. I mean, it was awful to the point where I almost threw up, and I don't throw up. No, they don't have any points for psychiatry at all, except that it's awful. And I think it's because Hubbard, see, back in the 50s, when he wrote Dianetics, psychiatrists were kind of new to the scene, and they were considered experts in the mind. So I think Hubbard knew these guys can write and say, I'm full of shit, which they could have. So instead, he just decided to attack psychiatry. That's what I think. Okay, now an interactive map of Scientology locations. We would love your help. Okay, now the other person that can help you with that is the lady in England. She's on here tonight. Anyway, she has one too. There's another person working on that. Me, not Mr. Okay. Okay. All right. Ooh. It's 8 p.m. for Wandering Wombat. Where should I send the link? T. Okay. T. Perth Audit. Okay. Class, today we are going to read Tongue Twisters and play Hangman. Okay, here's Gregory, 11:30. Need to go get meds and help a friend and also work. All right, well, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. And T, Good Morning Norway. Thank you for reminding me. My email is in my channel description, Alex K. All right. Catcha Greg, good to see you. Question, do you think your dad would have joined Scientology if he had not died? God, no. My dad would have gotten me out. I think, no question. I remember watching the films of Hubbard and thinking, oh, dear God, do not let my parents see these films. They're going to have a heart attack. No, he wouldn't have. Hubbard got rejected. Hubbard got rejected by psychiatrists and he got upset about it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so that's how he started the PTSD, and psychiatrists are evil and all that stuff. Okay. Sophie, to be fair, not all psychiatric practices were or are very good. Some are definitely needed. My dad was a psychiatric nurse, so I grew up around him and his work. Good to know. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, I think that is true. It's just when 17 people personally who are dead because they couldn't get any kind of help or medicine, you just think, I don't care how some people may have screwed up. Overall, it's not okay to just insist people cannot see something else. And Scientology, I know what's going to happen because you listen to us. I know it. And eventually, you're going to realize you've got to let them do it. Although, I don't know, maybe you won't, because as soon as people can get out, they're going to leave. That's it. That's all there is to it. And you know it. So that's tricky. No way in hell would Tori's dad be joining. Yeah, truly. No way. He would be in there. He would have gotten me out in 5 minutes. It would have been like, no. And I was 22, so it would have been tricky because I wasn't underage. But I know my dad, he would have just taken me aside and said, look, come on. This is not a good thing. I know you think it is, but it isn't. and he would have done his research, and he would have given me some facts, and I would have listened to him, and I would have said, all right, let's go. It's too bad he didn't. Okay, wish your mom had met up with Hubbard. Bet some things would have changed. Oh, God, who knows? I think Scientology had some truths about psychiatry, but Scientology was just extreme about it. Yeah, people should be able to get help they need. That's right. Scientology is very dangerous for mental health. You're right. It's very dangerous for anybody. It doesn't matter. It's just in many, many ways it's dangerous. If you could go back and face your younger self the day you joined Scientology, how would you try to convince your younger you to walk away? I wouldn't have, because I wouldn't have my son if I hadn't joined Scientology. I wouldn't have married my husband, and I wouldn't have had my son. And I actually had 20 years that were good years that I liked. So I know you guys all think it's all horrible, but for me, in my life, I liked it for a long, long time. I thought it was really a cool thing. And it was only, I think, after OT3, after it, when I went into status epilepticus and had multiple grand mal seizures, and the doctor said 5 more minutes and you would have been dead. From that point on, even then, it was really the 90s. The 90s was when Yachty got me into doing the OSA stuff. And that's really when I started waking up. But before that, I don't think I would tell myself that, because I love my son and I love my earlier life. It's just the last 10 years were awful, but the earlier part of it I liked. I don't know. It's difficult. A lot of my friends that were in the early days, we all agree we had a lot of fun. I mean, like Bob Minton said, if I would have heard what you've told me, because he at first said, how could you possibly be part of this? And I said, I couldn't. I wouldn't be part of these people if you paid me $1 million. And he said, well, what happened? And so then I started telling him about the early days. And once he heard about the early days, he said, hell, I would have joined. It was a party back then. We were having a good time. It was different than it is now. It's just so freaky now. It's amazing to me. Wish that, people stay. And if you're listening and you're in, the only thing you have to do is open the door, walk to the nearest door, open it up, walk out. You're free. And I'm telling you, you're not free in Scientology. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. That's that part of it. It's tricky, but I love my son, and I would have, and I love my ex-husband. I had a great life with him for a long time, 56 years. So, okay, so 49ers said that's a better, Sophie said that's a better way of saying it. I think Scientology has some truths about, okay, or he's talking about psychiatry. Okay, yeah. Okay, if you go back, 49ers is a better way. Okay, Natalie's sister talked about finding a list of psychiatric medication for Hubbard when she was sent to the archive for something during her time in the Sea Org. Here's a stream. Probably. You can Google it. You'll find it. Okay, comment. If Scientology was all bad, people would not stay in it. Yeah. I really, really think that's true. I mean, it's a lot worse than it was. It is in many, many ways. But the beginning of it was good. And so I think people that are staying in it hold on to that and think somehow it's going to get back to those days when it was fun and we were having a good time. And, it's not. I hate to tell you that if you're in, it's not. David Miscavige is not ever going to go back to those days. And you can just see there's no missions. There's a few, but it's a sprinkling. They were all over the world. He says they have millions of, where are they? Go look in your buildings. There's nobody in them. The people that walk out of them are frighteningly old. I'm old, but I'm not frighteningly old. These people are frighteningly old looking. And I really feel bad for them. I do. They can hardly walk. Did you know Laura Burpee when you were in Scientology? I think I'm really bad with names though, so sorry about that. 49ers for life, but I think so. Your dad would have made such a stink that they would have kicked you out just to not deal with him anymore, probably. I think that's true for a lot of dads. I don't think my dad would have been that way. My dad was very good at negotiating, and I think he would have sat him down and said, look, here's the deal. My daughter is not staying here. So you can either let her go because I want her to come home with me. And she wants to come home now because I've talked to her and she wants to come home. Or I am on NBC and I will set it up where we do a whole show on Scientology. So you make the decision what you want. And they'd go, get rid of her. It wouldn't be because he was mean to him. It'd just be he knows how to negotiate. It sounds like it's become a militant. Yeah, under Miscavige, it has very much. That is exactly right. It is so militant. And that's why Bob Minton said, how could you be in this? And I said, I wouldn't. I would never join that. No way. Question, did your husband want your son to go up the bridge? My husband did not want to go up the bridge. So no, he didn't want our son to go up the bridge. He only went up the bridge because his mother paid for every single level all the way up to the top. He's OT8, but she paid for it. I used to always say he's not in the same boat we are. Like there were all the true believers, and there were a couple of them like Harold who were just like, they didn't give a shit. He didn't like Miscavige. He didn't like, the Regis. He didn't really like a lot of it. Now why he's staying, I have no idea. I really don't. But no, he didn't want my son to do the bridge. I don't think, we didn't really talk about it that way. Like, no, I don't want him to do the bridge. But he certainly didn't push it, and I didn't push it. So there you go. There were over 300 missions, and there are now half of that. I don't even think there's half of that. I really don't. I mean, the original bridge was like this. This was all tech. And way up here was management and Hubbard. That was it. In the 90s, they did the command channels of Scientology, which you can Google, the command channels of Scientology. And now Scientology looks like this. And it's all the top is management, middle management, lower management, and then way down at the bottom, down like here in the triangle, was the briefing course and a couple of missions. I don't even think they have the missions on the new command channels of Scientology. But anyway, now they don't even have the briefing course. Miscavige wiped that out. Okay. So let's see. They have been, okay, this is T. I'm going to put it here. They have still been brainwashed even at the beginning. There were people that unalived themselves in Australia due to Scientology since 1955 when they first arrived here. That's too bad. Well, I'm not saying it was great. I'm just saying for me, it wasn't as bad as people think. And it certainly wasn't as bad as it is now. It's definitely over 100 as me and Jenny have been investigating and pinpointing them from our interactive map. Good. Very good. Oh, your journey, not Jenny. Okay. Okay. And what is this? Meaning the missions. Okay. Okay, here's a question. Is it true that Liz Gale's brother was very smart? Yeah, he helped start Earthlink. He was the tech guy behind Earthlink, Philip Gale. He was a brilliant kid. And he ended up going to, I believe, MIT. And on L. Ron Hubbard's birthday, he wrote the Einstein's theory of relativity on a blackboard, picked up a chair, smashed the window, and jumped out 15 stories. And that was the end of Philip Gale. And nobody would have known about it except the kids at MIT said, no, we're not going to do this. We need to talk about it because this young man needed therapy and we could see it. But his mother at the time was the head of CCHR, which is their anti-psychiatry stuff. So he couldn't really get it. You wouldn't have stayed if it was all bad. Right. Yeah, I wouldn't have. Hey, Tori in chat. Hi, Connie B. This is my new laptop, and if you help chip in for it, thank you. For anyone who did, I really like it. I'm learning it as we go along. Philip Gale was at MIT. Didn't I say MIT? I think I said MIT. What did I say? Anyway, yeah, he was on the 15-story window of MIT. The straw man wanted a brain, so they gave him a piece of paper, a diploma. Okay, that's Joel. All right. And 49ers for Life question, how big of an impact do you think Rinder and Rathbun had when they left Scientology? I think it was pretty big. I think it was, because a bunch of people left around that time. So it was. The biggest one was, what's her face, who was the head of Flag for, I don't know, 30 years or something. Because she sent out an email saying, there's these 3 things that are wrong, Miscavige, and you need to fix them. And tons of people left with that. She was the head of Flag. It's so heartbreaking. All the beautiful people Scientology has damaged. True. I like you in black. And you said, I said MIT. And you're saying he was in, what? But it says Philip Gale was at MIT. So I did say MIT. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. I like the camera and lighting quality of your new laptop. Me too. I like it a lot. It's really cool. And I like the way it moves. Like if I move around, it moves. Howdy there, Sophie. That's from Connie. And I like the way the lighting changes too. But if I move around my old camera, it would freeze. It would go like, and the whole thing would freeze. Whereas this is very cool. Okay, Never in Aaron question. Were there any special dietary restrictions that you could remember during your time in Scientology? Because I have epilepsy, everyone in the effing world had their nutritional advices for me on how to get off my medicine naturally. And I went along with that for too many years until my mother finally said, back on your medicine, or I'm flying out from Chicago to LA. And believe me on this, L. Ron Hubbard and the Church of Scientology will never forget your mother. And she saved my life with that one line. And if anyone is listening to this and you have a medical condition, please do yourself and your family a favor and get out of there, because it doesn't get any better. It won't help you if you go up the bridge. It doesn't fix anything. It's a fraud, period. And it's not just me. It's not me because I'm 1-1, like they're saying. It's not me because I'm really a top secret CIA undercover agent. No, it's because it doesn't work, period. That's it. I know more. I knew the lady, she called me, who was the OT-8 correction officer on the ship, on the Freewind ship. And she left. And I said, why did you leave? And she said, Tori, so many OT8s were either sick, dead, or they'd kill themselves. And I just couldn't back it up anymore. Get out while you can. I've said it forever. Tick tock, tick tock. Bail while you still can. Tori, you should try to get an interview with Jason Begay. That would bring a lot of people. Is that even possible? I don't really think so. I don't think he's really doing Scientology stuff. You know, he's doing Chicago Fire, I think is the name of the TV show he's on. You got your badass from your parents. Absolutely. And my older brothers, too. Do you still have your OT bracelets? I do. I'll show them to you another time. I will. But I told you guys. Wait, let's see. Wait. Nope, wrong one. I told you guys I would show you the picture. Okay, here it is. Of me and Hillary Clinton. So here it is. This is me as the treasurer. We were in a special class council together, and there's the big safe. And this is us up here. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do it. Uh-oh. Wow. It really went black. Anyway, it had me up there. I have to learn how to do it. And I don't know how. I don't know how to put pictures on there for you guys, you know, where I would scan it or something like that. Okay, let's see. I do have my OT bracelets. Are you talking about? I have my OT bracelet and I have my husband's OT8 bracelet too. Are you talking about Debbie Cook? That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much for mentioning her name. Debbie Cook. She was the head of FLAG for years, and people really liked her a lot. So when she wrote to Miscavige saying these things are wrong, and they were, you know, it was like charging too much money. And I can't really remember. There were 3 things. Does anybody remember what the 3 things were for Debbie Cook? It was charging too much money. I think declaring people suppressive, you know, without doing ethics handlings, I think. And then a third one. We can see it. Oh, you can. Okay. We can see it pretty well. You need to hold it still for the camera to focus 1,000. All right. You want me to try it again? I can. Okay, I'll try it again. It's what it says is Hillary Rodham. She's in the middle. And I'm on the top row. I'm in the top row, 1, 2, 3, 4 people in, and she's in the middle, kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's number 7. She's kind of dead middle, in the middle row. All right, now I'm going to try to hold it up. And our names are over on the side. So let's see. See, I can't see it myself to hold it up. Okay. No, that's not it. I don't know how to do it. There. There we go. That's the best I can do. And see, I'm over on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's me. And she's dead in the middle. It's Hillary Rodham. And our names are over on this side over here. Do you see him? Okay, there you go. That's it. Drew came over and he was like, oh my God, look at all these. You know, he was laughing at all the kids and stuff, how we looked back then. Okay, so I held it still. All right. So cool. How exciting. That is so cool that you knew Hillary. I wouldn't really say that I knew her. We were in a class council together at Maine Township. And it was the same school that she was in. I was in her same classroom. And then she and I and a few other ladies were, and I don't know if there were guys or not, but it was definitely women who were in a special class council. But people always ask, what was she like? And I go, she was just like she is now. She was very serious, very focused, busy with her life. I was like the party animal, and I still am. So there you go. We were very different people and hung with different crowds. Okay, so we've got 78 people here. It's still. Do you have a movie collection? What are some of your favorites? Okay, I just watched one of my very favorites last night. It's called The Holiday. Have you ever seen it? It's a Christmas movie, but it's wonderful. If you haven't seen it, with Celine Dion and the lady that starred in Titanic. I can't remember her name. Party animal. And then I love Dave, which is a comedy. It's really funny. I don't know. I love almost tons of movies I love, so it's hard for me to remember them all. Oh, you've seen The Holiday? Hardhaler 44? I love it too. I really do. It's one of my very favorites. Kate Winslet, that's right. She and Celine Dion switch houses, and one's in, what is she in? England, I think, right? And Kate is in LA, and they switch houses, and it's just a fabulous story. It's really great. Dave is very funny. I know, it's very funny. I really love it. I love a lot of movies, though. You could name, I don't know. I love movies. I watch them all the time. Klein. Yeah, Kevin Klein. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I loved him in that. My favorite Christmas movie is National Lampoon's. I know, in Christmas Vacation. Oh God, when he plugs in those lights. Oh, what a riot. It really is. I love that movie. Yeah, me too. So I love a lot of movies. I love comedies. I love stories. Oh yeah, this is another one. It's going to sound really dorky. But this is how dorky I am. I love. It's a series, and it's a long series, but I really love the characters in it. I love the storyline. It's called Gilmore Girls. It's from it's years ago it was made, but I really like it. It's a really cool story. So that's one of the series that I like. I like a lot of the different series too. Um, there's an interview with Jason Begay already on the internet. That is one of the I know that. I was at the interview when we interviewed him. He says, Tori, what do you think? Like you can hear him mentioning it. I could have to say The Big Chill, Terms of Endearment, Coal Miner's Daughter, all of those. I love those, all those. Christmas Story is one of my favorites. I love that too. Dawson's Creek. Oh, that's good. I haven't seen that. I'll have to look at it. Yeah, I know the Jason Begay one is very famous and fantastic. I was there when we interviewed him. The party animal loves to enjoy life, even from the comfort of her couch. And I love to be out. I'm out and about all the time. I don't like to just stay on my couch. I like to go out. I don't like parties as much as I like going places. I think you missed this question. Is your husband's OT8 bracelet number under 1,000? I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to dig it out. I'd go get it, but I don't know where it is. But I'll have to dig it out and see. I really don't know. I don't. And he was a total wreck after OT8, just so you know. So were most of the OT8s that I knew. I like Ordinary People, me too. Spotlight, I haven't seen. The list goes on and on. I know. Question, is independent Scientology cheaper to be a member of? Nothing's cheaper when it doesn't work and you have to pay for it. It's never cheaper. It's a con. So why would you do it? It's better than the church because they don't do all the fair game and breaking up the families and declaring people suppressive. So it's better in that sense. But is it really better where you have to pay for something that doesn't really work? I don't think so. I really don't. But I know the independents, they like it. So, it's up to the individual. That's all I can say, because I'm not going to put them down. They believe it works and people pay money to do it. I've done it, and I haven't done the independent thing, but I've done it in the church and it doesn't work, period. Hi, lovely Tori and Fably Chats. Hi, Irish Mart. B. Taylor. Hey, Tori. Hi. Brilliant answer, Tori. Nothing is cheaper when it's a con. I know. If it doesn't work, it's not cheap, right? When you have to pay a dime for it. Hey, Irish Mart. Good evening. We've got the Irish clan here, and the New Zealand, and Australian, and England. We're rocking. And this is my new laptop that I'm on. My little buddy next to me. And a turtle. Hi, Never and Aaron. Okay, so Irish Smart is saying hi to everybody. And everybody's saying hi to Irish Smart. Bullshit always is too expensive. Exactly. It's kind of like spend your money, buy a book. That's what I realized. I was at the top of the bridge, OT7, for 7 years, and it didn't work. And I had massive migraine headaches. And I was just like, this is awful. So I started going to bookstores. I wasn't going to read the 3 books that I should have, because then I would have realized it's just a con and left. But it wouldn't have worked that way with me. I just was too much in it. So I went to bookstores and I started looking at self-improvement, philosophy, psychology, religions, history, biographies, all kinds of things. I read for 10 years. I read books. And I think in that time, it stripped off a lot of the mind control. And I was able to think again. I remember when it first started, one of the books said, list out the top 50 people that you most respect. And I listed them out. And then I realized, oh my God, not one of them is a Scientologist. And that was freaky. That was really freaky. Okay, so now let's see. You are international here, Tori. Global. I know. That's penis. I know. I like it. What kind of laptop is it, Tori, please? It's an HP Envy 360 laptop. That's all I know. That's what it says on it. Intel Core Ultra 7. It's a cool laptop. I'm happy with it. Comment. Okay, from ex-witness Vernon. For Scientologists who love LRH, it is hard for them to abandon him. Yeah, I think so. I do, because that's how the indies are. They all are still, they hate Miscavige, but they're for Hubbard still. You wanted to believe. Now, that's a really false statement that academics who study cults told me that is not true, that people say you wanted to believe or you were really screwed up and so you got in Scientology. Not really. I wanted to help people. That's what I wanted to do. And they don't have belief in Scientology. They don't have anything that they believe in at all. That's why when they say, our faith, I'm like, your faith in what? When Tommy Gorman said that, I got on the internet and I said, your faith in what? What do you have faith in? L. Ron Hubbard? The TAC? There's nothing that says you have faith or you believe. It's either you get it or you don't. If you don't, you have to go to cramming and correct yourself and get fixed up on it. Sorry about that, B. Taylor. It drives me nuts when people think you can believe something in Scientology. I guess so. You can believe it, but you were under a spell. Okay, that's what you think. Obviously, some people never accept that the whole thing is a con from every word L. Ron Hubbard stole and misrepresented. Some people never accepted it. I have, but not until I got out. Witness, in my opinion, he abandoned them because he's a liar and a con man. And he knew it didn't work. He was taking medicine all the time. He made me get off my medicine and screwed up my short-term memory for life. He was taking medicine. What a dick. That's really creepy. Witness, it's my opinion. Okay, wait. Question from Never in Aaron. Have you heard of a medicine called valproate or the generic, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's used to treat migraine headaches. No, but listen to what happened to me. I got with an internal medicine doctor at Flag in Scientology, and I had been keeping track of these migraines once a month, and it was like a 24-foot truck was driving over my head. If you ran into me when I got one, you'd see me on the floor, because migraine headaches, you either have to be vertical or horizontal, and mine were horizontal. My doctor's was vertical. Megan Shields, she had migraine headaches too. So now I'm at Flag, and this lady who's an internal medicine doctor is sitting out in the jacuzzi with me, and I tell her about these headaches because I've been on 7 forever and it's not working. And she goes, well, let me see your journal, because I said I've kept a log of all the time I've had these stupid headaches. She said, well, let me see it. So she opens it up and she goes, oh my God, this is when you were ovulating. You just need estrogen and progesterone. But see, it was like pre-menopause because I was still having my periods. Sorry for the guys. I apologize if I'm offending you. But I was still having my period. So it was like, it didn't seem like I could be in menopause. But she said, no, you are. You're in pre-menopause, but this will help. So I came home. I told Megan Shields about it. She got me. I said, I want natural estrogen and progesterone. She gave it to me, and that was the last headache I ever had. I was like, oh my God. And another lady came in one time. I think it was the same doctor, but she came in and she threw down this book, and it was called The Silent Passage. And we were all women. We all had trouble. We were all on OT7. And they kept putting us in review because OT7 wasn't working on our problems, right? So we had to go to review, and review is much more expensive. So OT7 is $7,000 every 12 and a half hours. Review is even more. So it's a lot of money. So she throws down that book and she goes, how many of you have read this book, The Silent Passage? And the answer was none of us. Not one of us had read The Silent Passage. And she goes, okay, get the book and read the book. This will give you a lot of answers. And if you're a woman and you're not in menopause yet, or you're in menopause, get that book, The Silent Passage, because it has so many answers to what you go through. It's just amazing. It was really cool. Anyway, so that's my thing on migraine headaches. Scientology also uses hypnosis. Hubbard was a master hypnotist. Yeah. B. Taylor, thank you, Tori, for answering my computer. I understand wanting to help people. Oh, did that did did Facebook change that, or did YouTube change that, or did you mean to say answering my computer? Okay, well, I'm glad it helped. Um, and the ironic thing, B. Taylor, is that I got into Scientology to help people. I trained up the bridge. Remember, one side is auditing, one side is training. I did up to class 5, interned senior sec checker from Flag. So I was like pretty highly trained. And I wouldn't say I helped anybody, really. But when I got out, I've helped people almost every day for 24 years. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that I got in there to help people. Never really was able to help anybody. Not really. I got out and I've dramatically, I mean, people have written me for years. My whole life changed because of your videos. I saw you. I realized I could leave my cult or my abusive group. I got people out of the Jehovah's Witnesses. I mean, it's been incredible. It's just been an amazing experience. But if I hadn't gotten in Scientology, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I really don't think I could have made it as a doctor. That's what my goal was to be a doctor. But I thought, I'm not going to make it through all of 4 years of college and 4 years of medical school and internships. But if you're young like I was in your 20s and you're thinking that, don't listen to me. Go to college. Well, if you want to be a doctor, go to college and get trained. If you want to be anything else, my suggestion now, because of all the different jobs that are falling apart, is find something you like to do, get trained in it, and like a what do you call them? Like a like you can fix cars, or you can cut hair, or you can do nails, or like the medical industry has tons of stuff that you can get jobs in. Where you can do radiation or take blood or stuff like that. And those training is only like 6 months, maybe 8 months, a year at the most. And they'll help get you jobs because they need people in the medical industry. And it's not like Drew always says, he works for the gas company, and he always says, it's not sexy, but I make a lot of money. And that's the thing, it's like, okay, you might have to get a job that isn't sexy, but you can do your sexy stuff at night. Like, let's say you want to write, you can write at night. You're not going to make money right away as a writer. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, try to balance it out. What am I thinking of? What's a trade? That's it. Get a trade. So if you want to be a doctor, go to college and suffer it out because it isn't too long. I thought it was because I was a party animal. But when I look back on it, that's the only thing that I would have changed, is I would have stayed in college, suffered it out, and become a doctor. And that would have been cool. But that's the way it is. But then I wouldn't have had my son. So, and I love my son. I really do. Okay, so Scientology also. Okay, thank you, Tori, for answering. Okay. Hey, Tori, I know one. Question: if Scientologists believe that Scientology is a confirmed science, they won't change. No, wait, question. If Scientologists believe that Scientology is a confirmed science, they won't change. That's not a question. So you have to, what's the question there? Tell me what it is, ex-witness, because I think it's a good one. You just have to make it into a question. Are you asking me, will they change? If Scientologists believe that Scientology is a confirmed science, will they? You're saying they won't change. But that's not a question. So what's the question? Always love seeing you on late night. Thank you, Lockbox. And Sophie says he did everything he told others not to. Elron was a hypocrite con man. That's right. So you want to pay for that? No. There's so many great things out here that can help you. That's why I say go to the library, look into books, look on the internet now, YouTube, type in things, go to TED Talks. You can go to TED Talks and type in just about anything, and there is fabulous information on it. I mean, fabulous, way better than Scientology. Okay. Thank you, Lockbox. All right. Sophie, as usual, you're right. Witness, you're starting to sound like an apologist. Apologist. Okay. Okay, ex-witness. Vernon, no, I'm just asking. I'm a former member of Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay, good. Yeah, I got a lot of people out of Jehovah's Witnesses. Hi, Tori from Alaska. Hey, Nancy. Hi. I removed my comment. Aw, you didn't have to remove your comment. Question. If Scientology believes that Scientology is a confirmed science, they won't change. Is that a question? Am I missing something? Somebody tell me. Sophie, tell me what he's asking. Or she. I removed my comment. Sorry, ex-witness. I don't think you have to remove things. You just have to clarify it. You are awesomeness, B. Taylor said. Thank you. If you're saying it to me, thank you. If you're saying it to them, thank you. Jazz Raz. If you spent half your energy on becoming a doctor as you did with Scientology, you would be a doctor. Absolutely. But when I was 22, I couldn't see that. Do you see what I mean? I read Dianetics and I thought, I can clear people. That's as good as being a doctor. I really thought it was. And when I met Julius Caesar in Denny's, I thought, well, it's a good thing I didn't go to medical school. I would have never met Julius Caesar in medical school. I honestly thought that. Glad you're not in the JWs. They are really bad. Okay. A trade, yes. That's what I'm thinking of, trades. You can still do your sexy stuff at night. Exactly. You think that's funny. It's true. I was married to a writer, quote unquote, who was a starving writer. And it took me years to get him to make money. And, I thought if he had a trade in the day and then he wrote at night, it would have worked, but he wouldn't do it. I still have a few JW beliefs that are hard to eliminate. Can you share one of them with us? Maybe we can help you. We all love you, Tori. And maybe they're good, where we'll say, yeah, keep them. But give me one, ex-witness, Vernon. Thank you. Thank you, Sophie. I love you too. Do I believe in God? I do. Yeah, I do. Actually, God was part of my waking up. I was at the Shrine Auditorium on New Year's Eve 2000. And my husband, for the first time, was out handling the critics. And I was just sitting there listening to Miscavige being an idiot. And I thought, all right, that's it. And I just kind of beamed up to what I thought was God. And I said, you know what? That's it. I'm out of the way. You can do whatever you want. Take my life. You decide what I need to do. I'm done with this shit. Not Scientology. I was just done. Do you know what I mean? I was just done. And I thought I would end up in Brazil running a Scientology center. And the next thing I knew, I was on the internet and meeting the critics. And oh my God. So yeah, I believe in God. Oh yeah. Okay, I don't believe Jesus is GOS. No, wait. Witness, I think they have to realize that it's a lie and not science at all. Yeah, that's true. I don't believe Jesus is. If you mean God, I don't either. I don't know who God is. To me, it's just like a higher power. I often wonder. It could be a bunch of people. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't believe in a God. I don't believe in heaven and hell. I think if there is hell, it's here on earth. If there is heaven, it is here on earth. And we make it what we do. How you live your life, you're in heaven or you're in hell. But or purgatory, all three of those. But I don't believe in it as the Catholics taught it. Tori wasn't meant to read that. What was I? What wasn't I meant to read? Come on, Sophie. Now you got to tell me. Jesus is God. Okay, you think that. I don't. I think Jesus was a cool guy, and there's a whole bunch of stuff written about him that I think is just maybe. And if you want to believe it, that's fine. I don't have to say no, that isn't. It just isn't for me. I'm just saying for me, probably because I was raised Catholic, and the priest. That's why I quit the Catholic Church, because he was always saying Jesus Christ died for your sins, and I was like, there's no God that I know of that would talk to me like that. I just don't think. I don't think you represent God, and I don't think Jesus Christ died for my sins. I don't. I don't to this day. It's just not the way I think. But that doesn't mean you can't. Okay, so there you go. Greg Helm. Gregory, comment. One cult I've been observing is the flat earth. And it's hard even when you see you wrong to change deeply held religious beliefs. I cannot imagine that. I really can't. I've been trying to find some flat earth people to talk to them because it just sounds so weird. I just can't even conceive of it. JWs believe that the Trinity doctrine is a satanic teaching to confuse apostate Christians. Way too complicated for me. I'm just telling you, I'm a simple person. Tori, you are awesomeness. Thank you, B. Taylor. Julius Caesar was a cool guy. Okay, I didn't know Julius Caesar. But I mean, I met Julius Caesar in Denny's. A guy that was saying last lifetime I was Julius Caesar. That was his story. I said, okay, it was nice to meet you. And I said, I got to go. And I went to another booth and I sat down, and this guy said, well, I just had a great session. And I said, really, what happened? And he said, you're not going to believe it. And I said, well, what is it? And he said, well, I went in session and I realized I was Julius Caesar. And I had that Homer Simpson bubble. This is a bunch of shit, right? That was my actual thought. It's like, what the fuck is this? I just met Julius Caesar. This is another one that's the same guy. It was really weird. And that's where I started the closet. I call it the closet, where I'd be like, I'm just going to put it in the closet and I'll think about it later. It was sort of like Gone with the Wind when she goes, I've got to think about that tomorrow. That's how I was. Tori, I think ex-witness was saying that while they believe Scientology is science, workable tech they won't leave. Not sure what question, though. Okay. Well, they've got to let me know what are the things that they believe in. Just one. Just tell me one. And I'll see if I think I might believe in. Oh, wait, was that the person who said Jesus Christ is God? Oh, no, that was Great Helm. No. Who was the person who said Jesus Christ is God? Oh, yeah, it was Great Helm. But Great Helm isn't the JW, right? I think Vernon is. Ex-witness, yeah. Okay, so ex-witness Vernon, you have to let me know one thing. Hi, Tori. I've been a subscriber of your channel for nearly a decade. With the election just taking place, I've always wondered which way does Davy and the top Republican. Hubbard was a Republican, so they all are. I mean, not all, because I knew a few people who weren't, but most of them. You took the long shortcut. You took the long shortcut? All right. Ooh, there goes the light. See, that's what happens. It runs out of juice and then it goes out. So yeah, we need to get me a different kind of light. It's it's great meeting Julius Caesar until you meet more than one. It's true. It was really like, wait a minute. Question: I've always wondered what the auditors think when 10 people say they were Mark Twain or Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, it's tricky. After a while you just go, okay, it's a high crime to invalidate someone's win. So if someone thinks they are, that's it. It's what do you think? It's like I never thought I was anybody. I never thought I was some special last lifetime great person. I just didn't have that. And Hubbard said a lot of people who think they're a great person actually shine the shoes of the great person or iron their dress or something like that. I thought that was interesting. Okay, as an ex-JW, I still feel awkward around a Catholic church. JWs always talk about how they do pagan rituals. Really? I hear so many different things about the Catholic Church. I I don't think I got most of it, so that's probably why I don't get it because I just didn't get it. But I didn't ever think of it as a pagan ritual. Blimey, what have I walked into? Hi, Edun. Magoo, would you say you a deist believe you a deist believe in a God of some sort that is not directly intervening? Remember, I'm a simple person, so you have to ask it to me in a simple way. That's like way too complicated for me. I don't know what a deist is. I think it's a god or believes in God. I think, but I'm not positive. Believe in a God of some sort that is not directly intervening. Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be it. It's just sort of somebody that'll help you along if you need help. But I think if there is a God or gods, they're busy with a lot of stuff other than me. Do you know what I mean? But I still talk to them because I'm like, hey, thanks for helping me with this. If you did. If you didn't, that's okay too. I don't have a problem with anyone's beliefs until they demand I think the same. Exactly. Do you believe in reincarnation? I do. Of some sort. I don't know what you're saying reincarnation is, but I think my theory is this. We live this life and and Nancy Maney and I both feel this way. Live this life and we have certain lessons that we need to learn while we're in this lifetime. And if we learn them, we get to move to a higher plane. But if we don't learn them, we have to come back here and do the whole cycle again until you learn the lessons. And we both learned all of our lessons except one. And we both have the exact same thing that we're working on. It's very funny if you saw it. It's very funny. Let's see, 49ers slaves, technically they do. All Christian religions do technically. During Christianization, they stole the pagan rituals to ease the transition. Complicated. Tory Christ man. That's right. Man of Christ. That's right. I am not only an atheist in that I'll fight religion imposing itself on society that said girlfriend is an evangelical. It's complicated. Well, you got something to do. That's good. Oh, I know. I can turn on this light. There you go. That's better. Okay. Greg Helm, yes. Eyes to see 33. Hey. LOL. What the fuck? LOL. Hey, have you subscribed here? If you haven't, I need you to subscribe. I really do. I want my subscriptions to go up. They're going down. And I don't like that. And YouTube is like 86. Bunker told me they're 86ing people off of a lot of different YouTube things. So I want people to bring some people in, get some people to subscribe. Say, come on, it's free. Comment, JWs still have not changed their ban of blood transfusions. Oh, yeah, witnesses still are dying worldwide. Yeah, that's awful. See, that's a medical abuse. It's awful. I agree. That's horrible. And you'll never get me to be for that, never. Okay, the least plausible part of Catholicism, always the infallibility principle of the Pope. No one's infallible. I agree. I agree with you there. Okay, now, comment. Something I heard. Wait, I'm going to put it on here so I can see it. Something I heard another former Scientologist say was that no one ever admits to ever being a regular person or someone who wasn't influential. That's not true. That's not true at all. I did, so I can speak from experience. That was part of my thing. I was just like, I never had that where I was somebody influential or something. I wanted to be influential, which is ironic. It's kind of like, anyway, no, I don't think that's true. I knew a lot of people that were regular people. Everyone believes in God. Some people just don't want to. That's your belief. But that isn't true for an atheist. I was raised Episcopal. Isn't it Episcopalian? But leaning hard on Kuan Yin. Okay, good. Good, Jill. That sounds good. And Gregory, get a power pack for lights. It will likely have a socket to connect power to. Thank you. That's good. All right, get a power pack. Okay, I will write it down so I remember it. That's my life. If you live around me, you see I'm writing it down. A power pack. And where do you get those? For lights. Okay. And does it matter what kind of lights they are? Okay, well, thank you for suggesting that. That's good. Okay. Sophie, like and subscribe. Thank you for reminding him. I'm subscribed. Eyes to see 33. All right. You are so much fun. Thank you. I'm happy you're here. I had no blood transfusion. I was a kid. I'm sorry. Tori, I'm so happy to catch a live. It's so late in LA, the late, late, late show with Tori. Love from Perth, Australia. Ah, hi from Perth, Australia. Hi, Sandy Fletcher. Hi. Question, do Jewish Scientologists celebrate Hanukkah? I think they do, sort of. It's like one of my dearest friends was Jewish, and we would go every Christmas shopping, me for little Christmas knick-knack stuff, and she would look for Hanukkah stuff, and we would realize there's nothing really good for Hanukkah. I mean, they have the, menorah and stuff like that, but they don't really have cool stuff. They're getting a little better now. They have blue lights and stuff like that, but they don't have enough. They don't have enough for sure. But so I don't know. I think if they do, it's probably quiet. It isn't something that Scientologists would openly talk about celebrating Hanukkah that I know of. And maybe there are quite a few Jewish people in Scientology, so I could be wrong. I'm not Jewish, so I don't know, but I do look funny. You're right. I have to wear something with color, so I don't look like a head floating around. Okay, hi Tori, Kelly, YouTube fan. Hi Tori in chat. Sorry, you're never late on my site ever, ever. Even if it's tomorrow, you're not late. It's okay. I'll definitely be on the replay crew. That's cool. I'm getting a permanent crown tomorrow. Hope you have a great day tomorrow. Okay. Speaking of crowns, someone sent me one. How's that? Here you go. See, I've got all kinds of things. These guys sent me this. They were from Jay's group, and they sent me this crown. And I've never been able to thank him because Jay, I don't think he's still on YouTube. I talked to him on the phone, but I haven't been able to thank his crowd. Anyway, thank you, Kelly. Great helm. What's your favorite vampire movie? I am not into vampires. My ex-husband was. He was a big vampire. I mean, that was one of his things. That, The Godfather and vampires. And I was like, no, I don't want horror. I don't want vampires. No. So I don't have a favorite of that. And in fact, I won't watch them. It's like, no, it's too spooky. Hi, Jamie. Hey. And ex-witness says, comment, Hanukkah starts this year on December 25th. That's what my friend just told me today, who is Jewish. And I said, when is Hanukkah? Because usually it's a few days or a week before Christmas or after, it was really, and he said it's on the 25th. He said it changes around year by year. I didn't know. Awesome sauce, Tori. Thank you, Jamie. Queen Tori. I know, isn't it cute? It's better than my CIA hat, although I don't know. The CIA hat's pretty fun too. Thumbnail. Okay, never in Aaron. I don't know what you're saying about the thumbnail. Cool crown. I meant a crown on one of my teeth. Okay. Well, you reminded me of my crown, and I wanted to show you guys it. So there you go. Isn't it pretty? It's really pretty. I mean, I really wish I could thank those guys because it was very nice. Now, see how it's kind of weird the way the camera goes up and down. I'm not moving it. It's doing it itself. A crown on your teeth. Okay, you can wear your crown at Big Blue. No, I won't wear it at Big Blue. Because they'll take a picture of it. They'll probably take a picture of it now anyway. I don't care. And they can put it all over the internet. But I don't want to get it hurt. It's really a pretty crown. This is for the YouTube guys. Okay, you got better teeth than me, and I'm only 36. All right. Yes, you should wear the crown at Big Blue. Well, maybe on, I don't know, New Year's Eve I will or something. Maybe. New Year's Eve is always a nightmare at Scientology. It's awful. It's one of the worst days of the year for Scientologists, in my opinion. Because we would have to go to the shrine every year at 9:00. You have to go hip, hip, hooray, Happy New Year. And all these balloons come down. And that's it. That's the end of the show. Now they route you. And this is now, it evolved over the years, but now they have body by body. They're all shoulder to shoulder. So you can't get out. You have to go into the hall next door. And there you have to buy the latest thing. And it's like, ay, ay, ay. Just unbelievable how awful it is. And what it is then they ship it over to Flag. So Flag gets it right at midnight. You can wear your crown at Big Blue. Okay. You get better. Okay. You should wear your crown at Big Blue. Okay. Salem's Lot terrified me at 14. I couldn't sleep. I thought vampires were scratching on my windows. I live in the country. Ooh, Eyes to See 33. That is spooky. That's why I don't want to see movies about them. I'm amazed at people that, end up having nightmares and things like that. Why do you watch movies like that? See, my thing is like, no, I'll watch Gilmore Girls, Dave, The Holiday, stuff like that where you feel better. Like we have so much shit going on in the world today. Why would you watch more crap? To me, it's just like, no, I got enough going around me as it is. Queen Tori, the Sea Org will have to bow to you. I'll have to wear a dress then. I don't like dresses. Hi, it says, hi, Cat Andy, morning Tori and chat, jumping in during my lunch break, and I've got on my crown tonight. So New Year's with the registrars, exactly. That's what it was. I have a funny story to tell you. Okay, Kelly. When I was a kid, my mom painted our toilet seat because it had worn in places. My dad didn't want to spend the money for a new one. My dad got stuck. That's a good story. That's funny. Nightmares are cool. Ooh, not for me. I don't have them, but I've always thought, ooh, I don't want to have them. MD Media is here? Is MD Media here? Okay. Somebody said, oh, there is MD Media. Hi. Hey. You have to say hi, MD Media. I've never even gotten to meet you, but I'm happy you're here. There you go. Thank you. Thank you for saying good morning. I want to meet you sometime. Do you live here in the area or is that an impossible dream? But we could do an interview. Good morning, Tori. Morning, Matthew. So anyway, if you live in the area, I don't know if you do. I really don't. But I hear your name a lot, so I think, well, he must get a wide-legged pantsuit. Looks like a dress, but all the comfort of pants. My dad didn't read the note that my mom taped on the mirror. My mom had to put him on. He was screaming. Oh my God, that's a funny story, Kelly. That is a funny story. I'd love to do an interview with you. Yeah, I know. Can you send me like a private message so we can kind of hook up and that would be good. Are you on Facebook? Or you can text it to me. Here's my text thing right here. And if you can't find it, it's under, see, here's the text thing. There you go. Here you go. You don't have to do the Zelle thing, but you can if you want. But that's my text number. And that's under, for more information about Tori. That's under Tori Magoo 44. Ooh, wait. How do I get back to the comments? Oh, there they are. Okay. You love dresses, Sophie? That's so funny. I'm the opposite. My mom had two boys and me. And so she was like, I'm going to be her little princess. I'm going to be like John Bonet, whatever her name is, who got murdered. And that was sort of my mom's, like, I was going to be this beautiful dress up girl and she could play, doll with me. And I was like, not me, man. I was with my brothers and they were like, okay, this is my brothers. We're leaving in 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes. If you're not ready, we're out of here. So I to this day, I'm like a fireman. I can be ready in 10 minutes from, in bed asleep to makeup and hair, and I'm all dressed in 10 minutes or less. It's amazing. And that's from my brothers. My mother was like, she's not what I planned on. It's like, well, too bad. Anyway, she would have loved you, Sophie. Okay, good, MD Media. That'd be great that if you send me that, and then we can do one of those. I think I know how to do it now. I'm learning it. I'm glad that I made you laugh. You did. That was a funny story. I won't forget that, Kelly. That is really funny. Ah, I gotta put on lipstick. I saw Jessica today. She was in her car and she goes like this and put something. I think she put in a retainer. I will for sure. Okay, good, MD Media. And do you live in the area or not? So should we do it long distance or you live here in LA? I'm glad you made me laugh too. That was funny. That'll make me laugh for a long time. Tori, as a child, I would put on 3 or 4 dresses and a couple of skirts. Wow. I was the opposite. I put on one dress once a year, and that was at Christmas time. My mom would take me down to Marshall Fields and take me to lunch. And so I'd buy a dress for Christmas. Only for Catholic church. We'd wear it to church and we'd come home and get in our rags. My brother calls me Rags to this day, my oldest brother. My one brother calls me Snaggle, and I call him Snaggle. And that's David, who's the DJ. And my oldest brother calls me Rags. Username unknown. Hi, missed you. Hey, I know, I missed you guys too. I'm not too far. I can come out to you. Okay, or we can just do it online, and then we can protest. But remember, I'm sort of anyway. We'll talk. Username unknown. Do you know Maria Pia Gardini? Yes, I do. And I saw a documentary on her story. It's insane. It was. She's an Italian lady, a Scientologist, auditor, gave them over $1 million. And I forget what all happened. She sent me her book in Italian. It was really cool. Yeah. People, where did you see username unknown? Where did you see the documentary of her? Because I'd like to see it. I would really like to see it. Yeah, people learn fast not to put me into pretty dresses. I didn't let the dress stop me from jumping in mud puddles ever. Exactly. That's what happened to me. My mom would put little bows in my hair every day when I'd go to school, and I'd come home without them. And she'd go, "Where are your bows?" And I'd go like this. She showed me this. I'd go like this. I'd been carrying them all day because I knew she'd kill me if I got rid of them. I was a tomboy. I hate pantyhose to this day. Yeah, me too, especially in the summer. Yeah, me too. I was climbing trees and doing sports. My dad was, an athlete, a professional athlete. So he said, "I'll teach you everything except football." Here I have the link. Here's the link. Okay. The link isn't there. Username unknown. Maybe you can send it to me. If you send it to ToriChrisman44@gmail.com, and remember it's Tory, not Tori. So you can see my name right there. That's my name. And my email is ToriChrisman44, which is in honor of my dad, @gmail.com. Okay. Okay, from a poet. All right. Good morning, good sir. Okay. Sophie, I like dresses, but I also like climbing and playing in the mud. I always like girls and boys stuff. Cool. Good morning. Tori is still climbing trees. True. Good morning, Sophie, from a poet. That's nice. Kelly, YouTube fan. Okay, you guys are all saying hello and good evening. So I'll just sit here while you guys say hi. MD Media. I know, it's great to meet you finally. I've heard about you forever. Not anything specifically about you. I don't know where you live. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you were in or out or anything. So I'm really interested to interview you. It'll be fun. But I've definitely heard your name. Sophie. All right, you kids. Well, what time is it? Oh my God, we've been on for 2 hours and 29 minutes. Good Lord. I'm sorry. We've been on way. Oh my God, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. I gotta go. All right, you guys. 420 audits, Ireland. Hi. Okay, hi to everybody. Bye to everybody. Have a wonderful week. This is the week before Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas, and it's the week before Hanukkah, if you celebrate Hanukkah. Thank you, MD Media, for everything you do. All right. It's almost 5 a.m. here. Good Lord. Sweet dream story. Love. Thank you, Sophie, for helping out. Love everybody. A good balance. I didn't mind the dresses. Oh, okay. This is telling the dresses. Good night, everyone. This has been a fun stream. See you later, Tori. All right, you guys. I love you. Good night and have a wonderful week. All right. Bye-bye.